Hello and welcome to Meeting Your Mentors. I am your host, Jonty, and this is my co-host, Mr. Minardi. We are both representatives of the core group at CA, and this is the weekly podcast.
Nice. Exciting. Yes.
Yes.
Exciting, Jonty.
So introduce yourself a little bit, Minardi.
Yeah, so let me begin. My name is Minardi, Mr. Minardi. I'm the chaplain here at Cardinal Ambrosic. So excited to be involved in the faith life of our student body, but also just in their, daily check-ins, especially with the whole pandemic that's going on right now, where we're still trying to keep connected and do wonderful things, different initiatives in that. But I've been at Cardinal Ambrosic since we opened in 2009. And this core group has kind of just been one of the biggest blessings of my time here. We started about, I guess, 4 years or 3 years ago now. And
4 years ago.
We've got an incredible group of mentors who are now in grade 12. And really, look, amidst even all the extras that we do, all the great events that we do, the real gift is the students and the amazing things that they do and the amazing people that they are. So just really blessed to be part of this group, man.
Yeah, man. It's been a great time getting to learn all these things about how to lead people. It's been a great experience.
Absolutely.
So, what is core really? Let's talk about what core is. What is core?
It's funny. People ask me all the time, our hoodies, our sweaters, our T-shirts. So it's not an acronym for anything. It's not like the CORE stands for anything. Core is essentially the, if you will, the core leadership group, those students who have emerged as leaders within chaplaincy that now make up what's called core. So this would be my go-to people. So when we need an event to be completed, when we need a response to a particular need in the community, when we need people that we can count on who can support other students in need or support people in the community, whatever the cause might be, that's what our core group is. They're the elite, if you will. They are the top-notch group within our chaplaincy area that really what they do is they put aside their own self-interests and they basically serve the needs of the community. That's their main goal, right? And so how do they continue to build the community? How do they continue to be compassionate and caring and building that community? And that's what core is. It's just that, like I said, that group of kids you can really trust, that group that you can really trust, who are phenomenally gifted, who are doing or providing service to the community.
Yeah, and we've started many initiatives. One such, the Mission Room.
Yes.
It's a big thing. It can help the community very much.
And what's great about the Mission Room, Jonty, and we've talked about this, is that people aren't just hungry and in need, for example, on Thanksgiving and at Christmas. Like, people are hungry and they're in need every day. So the Mission Room, what's cool about it is that we have always stocked food, stocked clothing, stocked school supplies, things that if people need them, we can immediately give them that access. So that's what's so cool about it, the Mission Room.
I really hope it pops off more, especially as soon as this whole pandemic is over. I hope it gets right back into what it was before.
Absolutely, because we know what the pandemic's done. And look, it hasn't stopped our mission, but it's really slowed it down, right?
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
All right. So how's your week been?
Hey, listen, I'm so happy it's Friday. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm exhausted, man. Look, I didn't even put any gel on today. I've just got my nice natural
The natural works. The natural works.
No, listen, I'm super excited this week. In the last few weeks, some of our core students have been preparing for our first ever anti-Black racism campaign, which we're starting next week. And it's also the start of a new quadmester. So we're all kind of winding down here at the end of quad one. And, we're tired and people seem exhausted and, wondering what's possible and what's not with this looming, COVID and the numbers continuing to increase. But hey, listen, man, there are needs still that exist and we're doing our part. And so this week has been a lot about, continuing to focus on those needs, continuing to focus on the great work from our core team. And like I said, planning now for this great campaign that we'll be launching next week.
Yeah, I heard the grade 11s were actually taking the big responsibility in that.
Yes, you know what it is? They're jealous of the grade 12, man. No. It's not that they're jealous, but they can see that, what you are as grade 12 mentors. Like you guys, and maybe you don't give yourselves enough credit, John T. You guys have come a long way. We met you back when you were in grade 9. You know,
Yeah.
you started off at a retreat center up in like Marygrove Camp in Penetang. We're in the middle of nowhere, but which all of you are saying, you will have said and continue to say that that was really the moment where you guys kind of came together as a group. You know,
Yeah,
that retreat
yeah.
experience.
It was definitely the point where we all went from just knowing each other to becoming an actual like core family.
No kidding, no kidding. And isn't it? It's not a coincidence that those relationships have continued, but they become even stronger, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Because of
Yeah.
that. But that's you guys have come from there, and then you did training in grade 10. As you know, we put you guys through a whole year of training, and then in grade 11 you lead retreats and you start to emerge with different ideas in the mission room and the food drives and the Christmas baskets, and now you're in grade 12. Man, a lot of you look like you're already gone. Like you look so old, so much older than the student
I
body.
know.
You know what I mean? Like so much more mature, so much older, physically bigger. But we're so proud of you. I'm so proud of you guys. And yeah, I think the grade 11s really have a great group to look up to. That's what it is. So they're taking initiative.
I'm really proud of everyone that's been in this group, and I'm extremely proud of the grade 11s taking the initiative to do this. It's a great experience for them to learn.
Absolutely. And they're excited, eh? Like they're genuinely excited. You can see it. They're passionate about the issue, for example, of racism in general, but just even racialized youth and anti-black racism. But everything from like social media posters to a large banner, which we'll be putting up Monday, to the activity of having white stickers and people writing down their promise to stand up against injustice. Like, this is cool stuff, man. This is
Yeah.
awesome.
And especially since there's very minimum we can do right now with all the restrictions, it's good to see that they're coming up with all these ideas to raise awareness.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, my week has been just just finished CPTs.
Yeah, that's right. How did that go?
They were all right, actually. It wasn't too bad. But
Yeah. Eh?
the build up to it was tiring, very tiring.
Listen, like, did you guys? I don't know if this would be the right question, but did you guys kind of get used to the quadmester? Is it something that just kind of just takes a life on its own, and you just do your best? Like, how did you guys do throughout the?
Yeah, I
2
think
months here?
people just took it at face value and just went with whatever they had to do.
Yeah.
There were some complaints here and there, but of course, with all change, there's going to be some people that don't want it to happen.
That's right. That's right.
But overall,
and trust me,
it
we
went well.
heard it on our end too, right? There were a lot of teachers who struggled initially, but you know, now you look at these teachers and it's like they've been doing this stuff for years, like the way they're running it, right?
Yeah,
So
they've definitely
adjusted as
adapted well, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
been
for
going
sure.
well.
Cool. Very cool.
Yeah. Well, in other news,
Yeah.
America.
Oh, let's. Are we going there? We're not going there. Are we going there?
We can
Johnson?
go there. We can go
Yeah.
there.
So
So,
what's going on? Like, hey, did they throw Trump out yet, or
I have
he
no
still has a
idea.
few months, right?
I've been very confused with the whole running, like the whole election going on there, because
Yeah, yeah.
apparently Joe Biden won, but
Yeah.
maybe not. I don't know.
Listen,
It's been confusing.
I'm not big for politics. Like, certainly, I think like many people, it's intriguing to watch the American politics unfold before us, especially with this current transition or what appears to be a transition. But it's been fascinating just watching.
Yeah.
Like, I've never seen a country more divided as like Republican and Democrat as I've seen in this last like few months. Like, it's wild how divided the country is.
Yeah, I heard reports that actually Biden was the most voted candidate in the history of America's elections. He's been voted. He's had the
Really?
most amount of votes had for him.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I know the turnout was exceptionally high
Yeah,
this year. Like, it was the highest ever,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Wow. What does that say about, I don't know, either America or about Trump or about Biden, right? Like, what does that say? Like, wow.
I don't know, but people have definitely wanted change in the White House.
Hey, no kidding.
It was
And
interesting.
I think not only Americans, but I think a lot of the world, right? As well.
Yeah, I saw global news. People were rejoicing when they saw Biden won.
Isn't that? Hey, tell me, put my like allow me to imagine myself in the shoes of a young person. What's a young person's view of what's been going on and all this stuff?
I mean, it depends on how deep into politics you are, but for me personally, it was just hectic initially, at least, because I knew that Trump might be seen as the bad guy, but I always keep an open mind and look into what he's doing and how he thinks and what he really wants to do.
Yeah.
And then looking at it, I'm like, okay, he doesn't say the smartest things. He's not the brightest bulb, if you would, but some things he's done have been interesting, or some things he planned to do were interesting, like that platinum plan he was planning to do to support black families or black communities, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah, it was interesting. However, the overall narrative is just he's a racist, he's bigoted, he's a rude individual. So, of course, you have to take some of his plans with a grain of salt because of his prior track record. And then Joe Biden, I pretty much knew nothing about him other than he was the vice president when Obama was in office.
Right.
So it was interesting to see this random person who apparently wasn't so random pop up and take so many votes.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. The one thing about Biden is he's been in politics 47 years. Like that's wild. 47 years he's been a politician. And so and also everyone's been saying on both sides, right, that this is probably as good and as genuine a man you're going to meet, you know?
Yeah.
So talk about timing. You know, maybe America got it right this time, and Joe Biden is the right person to lead them, you know?
Mm-hmm. I agree. We'll have to see, but I do have a feeling that people are going to very much love Joe Biden.
I hope so.
Mm-hmm.
I hope so. Yeah, I hope so. And look, he's a family man. Not that politicians aren't, but he really, genuinely, you can see that he truly loves his family. As we all know, he lost his son Beau 4 years ago, who died of cancer, and that's been a big part of his journey, a big part of his political, if you will, climb or ascent to president. And you know, he doesn't shy away from the fact that he has another son who has struggled with addiction, drug addiction. Like, he just presents such an authentic representation of the people in many ways. I can't believe I'm talking about American politics as if I'm American, because I'll be honest with you, I look at our Canadian political structure sometimes and I think, why am I not excited about our Canadian politics in the same way?
I feel like America just, the whole energy around their elections is just on another level.
Yeah.
Like, as good as it is to look into our own local politics, I don't think anything as interesting ever happens. There's no such characters that come up with this level of confidence or like charisma. So it's always interesting to watch.
And it's hard to disagree with what you said. Yeah, I agree with you, man. I agree with what you said. Yeah.
I also heard that maybe we might be going into a second lockdown.
It's coming. Yeah. Now, I don't know what you heard, but I'm hearing that that could happen as soon as the Christmas break. So that the Christmas break would be extended, right? That we wouldn't come back right away.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know how you feel about that.
I think it's, considering how many new cases we're having daily, I think it's probably the best plan of action. I feel putting us into full lockdown, as bad as it would be for the economy, we have to think about the greater good. Because the more lives we can save, you can get the economy back, but we need people for the economy to thrive. So I say, like, even if we get put into another 6-week, 7-week lockdown, I wouldn't be fully opposed to it, because we've already adapted to that kind of life over this whole year, pretty much. So just a little bit stricter on the rules for leaving your own home, and anything else we can do inside on the internet.
No, well said. Well said. It would be hard to disagree. Yeah, well said.
Yeah. It's troublesome because I feel the government wants to do as much as they can, but they have so many different factors to think about when it comes to this situation.
Look, leadership's not easy, right? And I know it's easy to, you know, I was having this conversation with a few teachers the other day. It's easy to look at a leader and say, oh, well, this person could do this better, or this person lacks this gift, or this person should never have made that decision. But I tell you what, put yourself in the shoes of a leader and everything changes, right? Your outlook, the context, how you deal with, difficult issues. Look, that's why it's so important that, we always pray for our leaders, or that we, at the very least, try to support them and unite with them. Because even though we don't always agree, you've got, it's like there's nothing that you can say or do that will please everyone, like there's just no way you're going to be able to do it. And so with leadership comes incredible responsibility, and not everyone can handle that.
Yeah, they're always under constant scrutiny, always under that magnifying glass of the whole community, the whole country sometimes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it really takes a lot of courage to be that level of leader.
I agree. That's why you guys in CORE better watch it, man. You're going to leave Ambrozic. You're going to take over the world, man.
Yep.
But hey, you got to be ready for the criticism, right? Because they'll come after you.
You got to be thick-skinned when you're trying to lead.
That's right. So what do you say, man? This is going really well.
Yeah, we've been up for 16 minutes. I was aiming for around 30 minutes today, maybe move on to an hour eventually, yeah.
Oh my goodness, that's awesome. Well, I can assure you, once you start interviewing our core mentors, man, there's no telling how much you guys are going to be talking about and how long you'll be talking, right?
I also need to invest in a wheel. So at the end of every podcast, we can decide who our next guest will be.
Ah, that would be actually kind of cool. Now, I've seen that. My wife has something like that she uses, like when they do, I don't know, raffles or prizes in class, where she has all the names on a wheel, and then she's able to, like, just select, right? That's pretty cool, actually. Yeah, that'd be cool.
You're going to have to think about it.
Hey, you could do a separate podcast on just the wheel, man.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
That's it. Yeah. So any plans for the weekend? Or I guess it's kind of hard to ask now for plans, right? Because we're kind of home. But anything for the weekend?
Really, I'm just going to start looking into my new 2 subjects, start preparing a little bit, and finally get to relax.
That's right.
It's been a long time.
For a couple of days, yeah, right?
I'm hoping at least Sunday is when I'm going to get back into it. But today and tomorrow, I'm definitely just going to be laid back.
What are your courses? What do you got for quad 2?
I got religion and physics.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's not heavy, but it's not light either.
No, not at all. I was going to say, so religion will kind of get your, like, writing skills happening, and your kind of your brain activated, thinking about a lot of things. But then physics is just going to be physics, man. Physics not easy, is it?
It is going to be a big one.
Yeah. Now, who's teaching physics? Is that Birchill?
Miss Martins. I got Miss Martins at least.
Oh,
yes.
Cool.
So okay. I'm pretty happy with my teacher selection, actually. They're both, I asked around, and they're both very well-respected teachers.
Cool. Martins for physics, and who's your religion?
Miss Sakatic, I believe.
Oh, you're going to love Sakatic. Yes, our department head in religion. Oh, you're going to love her.
Yes, I hope. Yeah. I heard very good things about her.
Look, she came from St. Mike's. I'll tell you one thing she does. She loves doing check-ins with students, especially right now, like always checking in. How's everyone doing that kind of daily. Very gentle person, gentle soul. Yeah, you're going to love her. I'm just starting to get to know her as well. And I think you've got yourself a good 2 teachers there. Yeah. For sure.
Let's see. Do we have any plans for CORE this year? Any big plans?
Well, you know what? It's a good question. So, we talked a little bit about anti-Black racism next week. And then right after that, I think we're going to move slowly into the Christmas basket drive. Now, we're not going to be able to do it like we always do it, like we typically do it. But we will still be able to collect something where we can then maybe purchase gift cards, for example, like we did. Now, will we be able to, go to the different homerooms and collect them? No, we're not going to be able to do it that way. So there'll probably be a drop-off somewhere where people can just drop a gift card or drop some money. And then we would be able to, we would leave it there for at least 48 hours and then pick it up because people have touched it, right? So that's that. Now, we typically would help out different organizations where we would, for example, there's an organization in Mississauga called Vita Center which helps young teenage women who are pregnant or have had a child. And so we would usually prepare for them care baskets and purchase diapers and that. So I don't know if we'll be able to do that because we usually drop that off and then we're carrying boxes. So we'll have to see how that goes. Um, but we'll do that. We'll do something for the
Hmm.
Christmas drive, and then that'll spring us into the new year where we would then typically get ready for the day of service, the fast and the service, right, where
Oh
again we
yeah.
would go into the community and serve for a day and then come back to the school and hang out overnight. So we know we're not going to be able to do that.
Nah, unfortunately not.
um, Listen, the only thing we've been able to do this year like consistently has been our weekly check-ins, which will start again next week. I'm gonna have to figure out what time to do it because I know now there will be morning classes happening. So maybe it's a working lunch meeting, maybe it's after school. I don't know, but we'll continue to meet weekly because it's important that we, continue to speak to our students, continue to listen to them, continue to hear what the needs are in our community because that's how the anti-black racism thing started, right? It was
Hmm.
through the core weekly check-ins. So we'll continue to do that, and then maybe that John T will get us to maybe another event perhaps or two in the new year. But I wish I could say to you guys, we're gonna go up to Marygrove again or we're gonna go spend a day out in the community. Like it's just
If only.
it's frustrating, man.
Yeah.
Frustrating
The
because
experiences we got during regular school years were something I hope the newer students can experience one day because
right,
it was something else.
well, do you remember last year we had them ready to go and then the teacher strike happened? Do you remember?
Yeah.
And we couldn't go because of that, or at least there was teacher. The strike hadn't happened yet, but there were like they were doing days of strike, and so they weren't in the school all the time, and then extracurriculars were affected. Man, those poor kids, like it was just so heartbreaking to say no to them after.
Yeah.
So, there's nothing, unfortunately, there's nothing normal, if I can use that word, about this year. There just isn't. But yet, and maybe this is a good time to do it. I want to give great kudos to, to our administrators. And there's a group that don't always get, praise, right? Our
Hmm.
administration. But I'm so proud of them. They've had so much to deal with, and let alone just the COVID cases in our school to deal with. But they've been great. I think of our custodians who, my God, all they do is wipe down surfaces and tables all day. That's all they do. Like they got literally a cloth in their hand and a spray bottle in the other, and they're just cleaning all day. I think about our ERWs who are working with our special needs kids and planning for independence, who are in every day. Our special needs kids are in from 8:30 in the morning to 3 in the afternoon, like, and they're there with them every single minute of the day, caring for them. I think about our office staff that, oh my God, the amount of calls they answer in a day just around, oh, I heard there's another infection. And what does that mean? Are you going to shut down the schools? And so I thank them. I thank our teachers who, again, I've always told you about my wife who's a teacher, how, these guys put in so much work day and night just to be able to do this new form of instruction and be able to teach online and in class. And then at the end, I think of you, Jonty. I think of the students that this has not been in any way, comfortable for you guys or in any way the same or but yet we've like, asked you guys to also adjust and to also still come in and to trust us that when you're here, you're safe and that you'll still be able to learn. So, yo, man, I'm so proud of everyone, man. Did I miss anyone? I hope I didn't because I want to make sure I got everyone. But I'm so proud of everyone involved.
Yeah, I 100% agree. The work we've put in as a community is breathtaking.
Yeah.
It makes me very proud to know that our community is this focused on keeping everyone safe.
Amen, man. For
And
sure.
all like maybe they may not be recognized as frontline workers, but all the staff that have been working day in day out, they're all definitely 100% frontline workers.
I'm so happy you said that because in my last few days, actually in the last week, as I would do my YouTube morning prayer, I started exactly that, saying, you know what, it's time we recognize our teachers, our education workers as frontline workers, man, right? Like
Absolutely.
they're coming into buildings with hundreds of people every day, right? And they're doing it. They're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
They're putting themselves out there for the better of the whole of the next generation.
I agree. I'm with you there, man. Maybe we can share that same message, right, as we go forward. That, kudos to them, but that they too are frontline workers. We need to recognize that.
Yeah. So, but on behalf of all students, thank you, teachers. You've been doing an amazing job.
Awesome, John T. Awesome, man. Yeah, man.
Well, we've hit 25 minutes. I feel that was pretty good for a trial run.
Hey, this is excellent, and we're gonna put this out there to give everyone a taste of what's to come. This
100%.
is awesome, man.
Yeah.
This is awesome. So, hey, listen, John T, you're quite good, man. Sitting behind that desk there, you're pretty good.
I mean, I spend all day talking to people online. I might be good. I might be pretty good.
Yeah, no, this was awesome, and I agree. I think if we can maybe start with 30 minutes as a goal, and then slowly move our way over to an hour, but. I'll leave it up to you on how you want to select kind of the student and the core mentors as we go forward here. But we'll put this on our YouTube channel. We'll if there's any other social media ways we could put it out, I don't know. We could put it on our own podcast, right? However we set that up.
We could, yeah.
I'll leave that up to you. You're the expert.
All right.
But, I want to thank you for letting me launch this thing with you.
Yeah.
It's
been a good starting day.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right, anyways, thank you for listening. I've been John T. This has been Minardi, and we are out.